Ella and Aaron, hello, how are you?
I'm so
Hi, it's good
good.
to
How are
see you. How are
you?
you?
Oh, I'm so good. Thank you so much for talking to me today because honestly, I've been waiting for Fallout to come out for so long. And I was even chatting with Walton that it just seems like the characters are even given, like the way that they're written, they're just given like some of the choices that you'd have in the game as well. So did you find that as well?
Yes.
Absolutely. I think it must be incredibly challenging adapting a video game because of you're playing it in a different format, right? It's a different narrative from watching it, and that it's an exciting opportunity to be a part of that and to be able to utilize the themes that the writers have put in the show of choice, like you say, not only each character having to make choices that's going to affect how they come, but also you've got three characters, right, that represent the good, the bad, and the ugly, and they're all very different levels of the game. I think she's just started the game. She's the bold one, she's come out.
Hmm.
Yeah, and then you've got the ghoul in contrast, who's got a couple hours under his belt.
Yeah, we feel like a few hundred hours of gameplay.
It's been around a long time.
Knows what he likes.
Very good play.
And Aaron, you of course, now your character at least gets to don the iconic suit, but did you actually get to wear it yourself, or did we have a kind of body double and kind of like Iron Man-esque sort of filming situation going
Oh,
on?
well, there is some Iron Man-esque filming situations going on, but there is also I could get the top half of the suit. I don't know if I'm lucky or unlucky to get the top half of the suit. That the top half feels amazing to be in, but my tiny little legs are poking out the bottom of it. My fingers are scraping across the ground. I always want to make cool dances while I'm in it, and then 20, 30 minutes later, I'm like, why did I do that dance? This is 50, 60 pounds. I can barely breathe now. But we also have this clamshell version of the suit, which is a statuesque, but the back is opened so that we can climb into it as if activating the suit and it dropping down and closing. That's always a special moment to do. But yes, our stunt performer, Adam Shippey,
Mm.
plays, and he's massively tall himself, but then he's like 7'6" in the suit. That whole thing is, well over 100 pounds. And he's, working so hard for us in the deserts, and the blistering heat of New York City, and even in the winter months that we shot, he's really holding it down for us.
It never gets old when you're sitting there having your lunch on break
Yeah.
and then Adam is just walking by in the power armor. You've just got this like 7'6" robot just eating lunch with you. It's mad. It never ever gets old.
Oh, I love that. And one aspect that I loved actually in episode one, Lucy kind of has this, shall we say, almost like a Kill Bill moment that kind of is her turning point almost from this kind of naive, only really looking to reproduce kind of woman to an actual kind of like on her road to being quite the badass. So, how was that for you?
It's exciting. It's one of the things that drew me to the role and made me really want to play Lucy was if thinking you start in such an innocent place and then you really have to reckon with like what happens to a person when everything that they've ever believed, the entire fabric of their existence is just teared wide open, right? You put Ned Flanders in the wasteland, what's going to happen? And really thinking about where that can go. Obviously, one of the themes of the show is morality, identity, all of that stuff. And Lucy has to make that decision. Is she going to adapt or, how is she going to survive? What I love about her is her resilience. And when she's faced with, I mean, you've seen it, she really gets put through it, shall we say. And when she's faced with a lawless, potentially evil being, how does she maintain that belief that people are inherently good? At a certain point, it has to become a choice to continue to maintain that belief.
Well,
Um,
indeed. And you were so lucky to be able to work with Kyle MacLachlan, who I have to say, like, he, for like the geek universe, he is probably one of like the icons of like sci-fi and fantasy. So what was it like working with him?
oh, I love Kyle. He is the nicest guy, honestly, and just yeah, he's such a generous, sweet actor. We work in quite similar ways. We like to like get loose and we're messing around in between takes and having just such a good time. Um, he's just such a great guy and such a pleasure to work with him, really.
Oh, fab. Well, I'm really looking forward to seeing how everybody reacts to the series finally being out soon. But thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of
Thank
your day.
you.
Thank you.
You should not be alone.
Why did you join the Brotherhood?
To hurt the people who hurt me?
People are going to come after you.
Ain't much stays clean up here, Volty. Well, now that is a very small drop in a very, very large bucket of drugs.